The following is a Just Green production brought to you by the Might Be News Network.
A lucky $1 million mistake? Tax at home workers? 50 years on the run? All that and more on an all-new Might Be News. What's up, everybody? My name is Taylor Cooper. This is Might Be News. With me, as always, co-host Jackie. What's up, Jackie?
Hi.
Ah, that was garbage.
Co-host Kev. What up, Kev?
What up? Fuck.
I was surprised too, Kev. I really thought he normally goes Kev, and then, and then if Danny was here, he'd do Danny, and then he'd do me.
Jackie's the new co-host.
Yeah, Kevin taking over this bish.
Jackie's the co-host now. Jackie's the co-host now. Happy birthday, Nathan. My brother Nathan's in the house. What's going on, Nathan? Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Co-host Danny is on
That's
his...
enough of that.
You know what?
It actually wasn't that bad, Kev. I wasn't that bad. I couldn't help myself.
That was like the best rendition.
That was so entertaining.
It was the best rendition of Happy Birthday I've heard in a long time. But no, my brother Nathan and his girlfriend Desiree are in the house today. What's up, guys? They don't have mics. They're just kind of listening in, hanging out. But yeah, as I said, when this episode comes out, it is my brother Nathan's birthday. He's here for the weekend, so we're just kind of hanging out.
Telling me looks funny.
You just told him. He has headphones and can hear every word.
You can hear everything you're saying.
He's flicking off the camera. You can see him now, yeah. No, Nathan's been in the studio a few times. Desiree has never seen this happen before. We've never recorded in front of Nathan's wonderful girlfriend, Desiree. So this is kind of what we do. We just kind of sit around and talk shit on co-host Kev. But co-host Danny is on his way, hopefully. We do this whole thing remote. He's having some internet connective issues. So we'll cover that as it happens. But Kev, how have you been?
Did you have your glass of vitamins or vegetables?
Actually, no, I have not. I have to make more.
We have to mix the powder.
We have to mix powder up, and I have not done that yet. So we'll make up with a bunch of veggies over the weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
I've been well. I not doing much. I mean, still the daily thing, the daily grind, going out and selling shit for my daily and flipping stuff on eBay. That's pretty much what I've been up to, and taking care of two boys.
Two boys.
The
eBay hustle going well for you?
Dude, it's going phenomenal.
Having a blast?
Having a blast, making some money on the side, and doing my job, doing things.
So you were asking Jackie Nathan and I before the show about something very specific. Yeah. You asked what red band Hot Wheels are.
Red line Hot Wheels, yes.
Right, the red band Hot Wheels. So they basically these are vintage.
From the 60s.
Right, with the red lines, and they have the red lines on the wheels.
Right, red line Hot Wheel.
Right, the red band Hot Wheels. The band with the red the Hot Wheels with the red band. So no, that's very cool. You got those and you're selling them for like 30, 50 grand a pop, right?
75 to 80 grand.
Wow, for each red
each one
for each red band.
I got 1,000 of them, and they're selling them for like $80,000 a piece.
Wow, so you're gonna put all your kids through college per wheel.
Both of my kids, yeah.
Wow.
And buy a new house.
You're gonna put yourself through college.
I'm gonna create a network that's bigger than the Might Be News network and shit all over you.
What are you gonna call it? The Might Be Shit podcast network.
You gotta be dedicated, Kev.
Yeah, the Red Band Podcast Network.
Red Band Podcast Network.
You're such a fool. People will think it's some sort of like red pilling fucking.
Oh God!
They'll tune in thinking that you're something cooler than you are. Anyway.
What a douche.
Yeah, what a douche. So I'm trying to like buy Danny some time here before we get into like some of these stories, but that's okay. We've been doing good too. It's been interesting with the whole election thing. I know you weren't really involved in it, Kev, but have you like been keeping track of it at all? Your life pretty much been the same?
Biden's the president-elect, period.
Yep.
Point blank, period.
Well, I mean, has your life changed drastically?
No, it didn't change when Trump was president. I don't fucking care. You just tune it out and not pay attention to it. It doesn't bother you. That's the way I look at it.
Did you get yourself a Parler account?
A what?
I could just see Kev on Parler, just like his head exploding.
Yeah.
So like Parler now is like this. It's like the conservative
Social media
Facebook platform. Because
where they're not censored. No one fact checks them.
There's no fact checking on Parler now. But you can go to the mbn.com, mbnnetwork.com. Check out our store. There's a new couple new hoodies on there. The Safe Space hoodie and the Always Fact Check hoodie is a new addition to the store. Go to mbnnetwork.com. Check out the store. Also, there's going to be a new blog entry up there soon. I just wrote a blog, my first time. It's my first blog, and I'm pretty excited about it.
What did you write about?
What do you think? You tell me your best guess, Kev. What do you think I wrote about?
Either three things.
Okay, you get two guesses.
Donald Trump.
Nope.
Q.
Nope. I talked about Red Band Hot Wheels. So the whole time. No, I talked about, I just kind of talked about where do we go from here and kind of like just my vision, what I imagine. And I'm just going to kind of do like a series of that. I'm not always going to talk about that subject, but it came pretty natural to me. And that way I also don't have to talk about it on this fucking show every week. So
what needs to happen though? Like in what perspective? I mean,
no, not necessarily what needs to happen.
The country?
Right. Yeah. Well, what I say in the blog isn't necessarily what I think needs to happen. It's what I think is going to happen or what's like currently happening. And
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, isn't that her name? Kamala?
Yes, you're doing a great job.
They need to legalize pot countrywide. I'm not an advocate for it or anything like that.
Yes, you are. Stop. Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. But think about how much money Colorado, Washington State, Washington, D.C., who else has it legal? Jersey soon, too. I mean, they have it legal, but I guess you can't get it yet. I mean, all these other states, think about how much money they have made off of taxing this.
Yeah, no, you're totally right. And that's what's going to happen in Jersey. I saw that they're already really excited to start taxing the fuck out of people and like recouping some of the losses from COVID lockdown.
Right.
That's a big, I think, thing in a lot of governors' minds right now is like, all right, well, how do we make this money up? And we're just printing money at this point. So like, what's one way that we can do this? And Jersey decided like, hey, like if we just start selling pot recreationally and taxing people for it, that should help the economy out. Here's Danny. Let's see if he works. Danny, can you hear us?
Danny?
I can hear Danny. He just threw his headphones.
We'll give it a second. I still can't hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I can't hear you, so
we can just talk in signs. I'll just tell you to
give it a
pause.
second and see if it starts to work.
No, he can't hear me, so I can't give him instructions.
Try unplugging the headphones. Did you unplug them?
He can't,
hear me.
He can't hear me.
Unplug.
Look at bottom of screen. Cam. Mic settings. Boom. Output needs to be built in audio. In quotations. It's great doing this on the show.
Fantastic.
It's amazing content.
You can cut it out.
No, I refuse.
But honestly, think about how much money PA is going to lose from Just don't pay attention to it. Then it
You
doesn't
literally
bother
just
anybody.
talk through a burp. That's how you know you're getting old. You know that, right?
But think about how many Pennsylvania people travel over the bridge a day. Going for work, going for pleasure, going for the beach, going for whatever. And then they hop right on the bridge, go get their pot, and come on back. PA is going to lose so much money, so they really don't have a choice at this point.
Yeah.
They don't.
Well, Governor Wolf's been talking about it pretty hard. Like he's just going to do it. And, I don't know. I know that I was reading up today on Oregon. Oregon just like voted to decriminalize all drugs. They're the first state in America to legalize psychedelic mushrooms.
I thought they were legal in Colorado.
Or maybe they legalized
Heroin.
No,
They decriminalized
heroin, cocaine, everything.
I don't understand that at all.
It's a bold move, Cotton.
Well, what it means is that you can't be arrested for having small amounts of it. Selling it is still illegal. You're not going to be able to like walk into. Danny's back.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
I can hear
Can you
you.
hear us?
So when I plug that mic in, nothing works for some reason. So here we are. Hi guys.
I can hear your
Hi.
entire house right now.
Yeah. I bet you can. I mean, I'll keep fooling around with it, but hold on. I plugged this mic in.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, perfect.
We
Can
can hear
one of
you.
you guys talk?
Yeah, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
I can't hear you. I get nothing. All right. I'm going to go grab a pair of earphones. I'll be back again.
All right. What were we saying? Oh, the psychedelic mushrooms. It's like some specific compound or part of it that Oregon is like the first one to like. I guess they're advocating for like therapeutic uses of it and stuff. And I think that like when you get arrested with certain things in Oregon now, or if you get caught with it, you can't get arrested for it. If you get caught with it, you get like $100 fine, or you volunteer for like a drug outreach program, basically. Like, and that's for like the harder stuff. Marijuana's been legalized out there.
What, in Oregon?
Yeah. They were one of the first to do it, I think. One of the first, not the first, but
Really?
one of.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So I think 4 or 5 states voted on pot in this election and won it. So it's good. Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Tax the hell out of it and get us out of fucking debt.
Exactly. Well, I'm going to get into a
I
couple of
can't
these.
get an applause for that. Fuck.
Here we go.
Thank you.
I'm going to put in my butt and twist it.
So I'm going to go over some of these stories that I got for tonight. This first one was for you, Kev.
Do it. I dare you.
Man wins $2 million after mistakenly buying extra lottery ticket.
Fuck yes.
Dearborn Heights, Michigan, in what most people would consider a lucrative mistake, a Detroit area man who accidentally bought an extra lottery ticket has won 2 $1 million jackpots. Sazmir Mazahaim, 56 of Dearborn Heights, said he was saving numbers on a lottery app after buying a $2 ticket for the June 9th Mega Millions game. He realized that he had purchased a second ticket with the same numbers. I was a little bummed, but didn't think much about it, he said, until he recently logged onto the app and found that he had 2 $1 million winners.
Talk about fucking lucky.
How
Yeah.
crazy is that? I couldn't
What would-
believe it was
what would
real.
you do?
What would
What
I
would
do?
you do?
See,
What
that
would you do?
That's why I
You
picked
got
this story.
$2 million.
See, this is what I knew he was going to ask this. As soon as I saw this story, I was like, oh, might as well talk about it with Kev because he's going to ask me what I would do with it. What would I do with $2 million?
I'm going to put in my butt and twist it.
That's
No,
pretty.
you can't
That's a
do that
good
with
one.
$2 million.
That's pretty much it.
You might be able to if it's a check.
Danny said he's out.
A really big check.
Yeah. You gotta take it to a big bank.
Danny says he's out. He says hi to everybody. He can't find his headphones, so I think he's frustrated and just throwing stuff around the house at this point. Which is okay. I would be doing the same thing. Danny, I miss you and I love you and I appreciate you so much more than Kev. But no, Kev, the more important question, he blacked out his camera. The more important question, Kev, what would you do with $2 million?
Pay off the house.
Mm-hmm.
Put a ton of money in the bank for the kids to go to school.
Yeah.
I mean, $2 million isn't really that much.
Right. Yeah.
Not.
It's
No,
really
because
not.
life is expensive.
It's pennies.
Yeah. I mean, it's not pennies. Don't get me wrong.
For
you're
average
not
working Americans.
You're not buying a Lamborghini. You're not doing a whole lot of nothing.
No, but you know what you could do? You might not be able to put all the money away for your children for college, but you could put a big chunk of it away and put it into a savings fund that can generate enough money.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm buying a house straight cash. I'm buying a house straight cash. And when I talk about a house, I'm talking about somewhere where my parents would be proud of me.
Lots of land for all of our animals.
Lots of land. You'll probably never hear from me again.
You're broke.
I'll be house broke, dude. I'll be house.
You're physically broke. You're out of money.
Why? When I buy a house, cash, straight cash?
No, cash with a lot of land. You're talking, especially if you're staying in Chester County, you're talking $1 million plus dollars.
I'm definitely not staying in Chester County with $2 million, bro. That's not happening. If I got $2 million,
I'm staying in Chester County, so I can do this fabulous show with you.
You own now,
and just live my best life.
Kev,
but, dude,
you should buy my network.
What?
You should buy my network, and you'd be my boss, and then you'd have all the soundboards, so you could be you could go like this all the time.
I look like a penis.
Like whenever you want to.
$10. That's it.
That's your offer. That's your offer. I can't believe it.
That's my offer. $10. That's it.
So this guy went in there and he bought 2 tickets he bought 1 ticket on purpose and 2 tickets by accident.
Yeah.
And he won both of them because they were both identical.
That's crazy. He got lucky.
Fucking lucky.
That's pretty awesome.
Fucking lucky.
Let's see.
Debts. You got to pay off debts, by the way. You can't just go and be like, I'm buying a house. Like, let's pay off any debts we have. Let's get you a car.
Yep, car first, and I'm talking Lambo.
All in his car.
No, no.
Dude,
that's not going to do well in the fucking winter.
A brand new Lambo, you're dropping $250,000. There goes a quarter of your money.
I'm getting a Lambo truck.
First of all, half of it's going to fucking taxes. Period.
Right.
Half of it's going to taxes.
Thanks, Obama. No,
People are gonna think you're serious.
You know what I do? You know what I would do? I would pay off Netflix for the year.
They don't let you pay yearly. I've tried.
I'd buy Netflix then.
Yeah.
Not with $2 million.
Bullshit. I'd be like, bro, I got $2 million cash right now.
And they tell you to go kick rocks.
They'd be like, all cash. I'd be like, cash.
Come back when you want to play in the big leagues.
Here's $2 million $1 bills. Look how much it is. Look at it. Look how big it is. And they would be impressed.
You wouldn't be able to hold that.
I'd be like, this is $200 million. And I would just be like, I'd put like $100 bills at the top, and then it would just all be like ones in the middle.
Yeah.
I'd fucking rip off Netflix, but they would sign the contract and I would own everything.
Yeah. What are you going to get? Free Netflix? That's it?
And I'd give it all to all my friends, and then I would jack the prices up on people I don't like. Like you. My second story this week. To help the economy, bank proposes tax on working from home. This comes out of London. White-collar staff reaping the financial benefits of working from home should be taxed to help other workers who aren't getting the same advantages. That's what experts say at Deutsche Bank in a new report. In this report on how to rebuild the economy after COVID-19, the bank proposed a 5% daily tax on each employee that continues to work from home, which could raise tens of billions of dollars for governments. The money could be used to help lower-income workers who have taken on greater risk because of their jobs, and they can't be done remotely, it said.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Netflix is worth an estimated $194 million.
So I would be part owner. So what do you think about this? So obviously this isn't.
How do you tax people on a daily basis of 5%?
Well, you get taxed on a daily basis. Just clocking
Regardless,
in and clocking
when you
out.
go to fucking work, the second you step
they would
into
just
work,
add it
Well,
onto
how do
your
you do
payroll.
5%?
They
I
would just
feel
add
like
it onto
that's
your
a
payroll.
lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
That's a lot. I think I have a problem with that.
Well,
hold on. When you have a problem with 5%, think about your paycheck. It's taxed 22%.
well, it's plus that.
Yeah, but
So
it's plus that. But you're
in addition to
not
that.
getting rid of the other taxes. They're
No.
literally just finding a way to get another 5% out of you.
Kev's
Oh, that's
face.
straight terrible.
Kev's face.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put in my butt and twist it.
That's what your
Yeah.
face looked like.
That's
It looked like you
exactly what your face looked
were,
like.
it looked like you were putting something in your butt sideways.
Yep. Nailed it.
Just like that. Yeah. No, but so I saw this and I thought it was really interesting because we just talked about legalizing and regulating marijuana and things like that.
Thanks, Biden.
Hey, Deutsche Bank, that's probably a better call. How about you just recommend that the UK legalizes weed? I don't know what their laws are out there in regards to that, but I think that there might be a little bit of an easier way to get your money back than taxing people that are working from home. Some of the people working from home,
Yeah.
it might not be their choice. Like
Right.
it might be forced on them
might
from
not
their
be
job.
their choice, but think about how much money those people are saving, though.
No doubt about it. I can dig that.
I mean,
No
they're not
travel,
paying for a
you're not
car.
traveling.
Yeah, you're not traveling,
Yeah.
so you're
Not
not
paying
putting
for
any
gas.
wear and tear on your car. You don't need to put fuel in your car. So
I mean, both of my cars this year, I'm not going to have to pay admissions on. Period.
Because they're company vehicles or what?
No. My company vehicle is a company vehicle, and Amy doesn't go to work. So both of my cars will be driven less than 5,000 miles this year.
Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. So that's cool.
Yeah. But think about how much money people are saving. I mean, 5% is a lot, but
Yeah, 5% is a lot of money.
you're not paying for gas. You're not paying for wear and tear. You're not paying for admissions. You're not paying for tires. You're not paying for a whole ton of shit. And let's stick at these people, especially in the UK.
Yeah.
well, they're basing that 5% off of your hourly rate of pay.
I don't know if it's like your income, your hourly. I don't know what it is, but it sounds steep to me.
It sounds like it's 5% of the whole number. is
Yeah,
what it is.
that's what it sounds like to me too. My third and final story for this week. Federal fugitive captured after nearly 50 years on the run.
What is it?
This comes out of Pittsburgh. A man who was serving
Schittsburg.
a man who was serving a life sentence for murder when he escaped custody while attending his grandmother's funeral nearly 50 years ago has been arrested in Michigan, the FBI announced. Leonard Rain Moses was 16 years old when he was convicted of the 1968 killing of Mary Amplo during civil unrest in Pittsburgh following the assassination of Martin Luther King Jr. Moses and his friends firebombed Amplo's house. Badly burned Amplo, who was 72, died a few months later. Moses was convicted of first-degree murder and was sentenced to life without parole. He escaped from custody while attending his grandmother's 1971 funeral in Pittsburgh. Authorities said he wound up in Michigan, where he was living under an assumed name, Paul Dickinson, and had been working as a traveling pharmacist since at least 1999. The FBI caught up to Moses after he was charged earlier this year with stealing prescription painkillers from a pharmacy in St. Clair Shores, Michigan, where he worked, authorities said. Moses' fingerprints were entered into a nationwide database in October, and they matched the prints from his 1968 arrest. How crazy is that?
Nuts.
In so many levels. So, like, when I read the story, it was like, can you imagine being one of the guys who ran those fingerprints? Thinking that he
The
is...
first set or the second set?
Well, no. Well, the one that caught him.
Yeah.
So, like, now... you're thinking that you've got what did he say his name was? Dickinson?
Yeah.
Paul Dixon.
Bruce Dickinson?
Yeah, you got Paul Dixon, and that's who you think you've got. And you run it through the system, and it's like, holy shit, this guy has been on the run for 50 years, and this is not his name, and he's a fucking murderer. this is like something that you would see in like a movie.
Do you think you could get away with murder, move to a new state, and start a new life? How do you even do that?
I don't know why any of these people think that they can get away with murder because, dude, our justice system and the forensics and everything else nowadays, I mean, you can't get away with that shit. I don't know what people fucking think.
No. My hair alone will be at every crime scene.
I mean, but here's the thing though. Like, this guy's been, I mean, obviously he's caught now and he's probably old as shit. And obviously he's going back to jail for the rest of his life. So I guess it's obviously not, he hasn't gotten away with it. But he basically knocked 50 years off his sentence just by rolling out.
Yeah.
So like, and he was able to just make a whole new identity and
Wait, has he been sentenced?
Well, I assume
yeah.
he's going right back for life without parole.
Okay.
Which is what he had prior to breaking out of jail.
Well, he's going to die in prison.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Dunzo.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. But like, I just think it's so crazy. Like he didn't get away with it, but he knocked 50 years off his own sentence just by rolling out, which is fucking nuts. And he almost got away with it. If he wasn't stupid and stealing painkillers from work,
Yeah.
he would have gotten away with it.
Yeah.
Dummy.
It's bananas. All right, let's do what's the point? What's the point?
Is there a point to this? What is your point?
Are you just gonna sit there and look stupid?
Kev, what's your point?
I wanted to talk tonight about the new cure for the coronavirus. And if my phone would stop acting stupid. So there's a new cure out for coronavirus. I forget what big pharma company, Pfizer, I believe, was the one that came
I
up
think
with
it's
it.
Pfizer, yeah.
Yeah, Pfizer came up with it.
Messy
So it's
Johnson
not-
wax.
What?
S.E. Johnson wax.
I don't know what that means.
Fun fact: there's a. I got Checky cracking up. I'm sorry to interrupt your point, Kev, but it just anytime you talk about like drug companies like Pfizer, I think of
In the commercials at the very end.
All right, so like S.E. Johnson wax. What do they make? Everything, right? Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
I always, for the longest time, thought it was Messy Johnson wax. That's what I thought it was called. Forever. I'm a grown adult, and I found out that it wasn't that. I don't know who's calling me. They're ruining my show. God damn, tonight. This show sucks.
Show's terrible. It sucks.
Fucking
Just
sucks.
let's stop now.
Lord.
No, but there's a
So what's the name of the drug?
there is a name, but the coronavirus Pfizer came out with, it is not recommended for kids under the age of 12 years old to take. It would have gotten approved if it had more than a 50% effective rate, but it has a 50% effective, or I'm sorry, a 90% effective rate. They would have just passed it on through if it had at least a 50% effective rate, but it has a 90% effective rate. But what I wanted to talk about was the name of this fucking thing.
What is it?
This is how you spell it. It's BAMLANVIMAB. Bamlanviamab.
Penleviamav? Kev, it's really easy. Penleviamav.
What, dude? Why couldn't they fucking just call it the fix? Why couldn't they just call it the cure? Like
Easy.
Why couldn't they just say like anti-coronavirus?
Right.
This is the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. But that's big pharma for you. Got to make everything fucking confusing.
Penleviamav. Spell it again.
BAMLANIVIMAB.
Penleviamav.
Bemleviamab.
You're doing great.
I'm trying.
And what is this? This is the the thing they got to 90% right now, the vaccine? Or
This is the vaccine that they have up to 90%. This is also the drug that you're going to fucking inject in your arm that's going to turn you into a zombie.
Yep, it's the
So-
end. It's the end times.
Would you take it?
Not right away, no. No, I'd wait and find out if it turns you into a zombie first.
Who needs to be the first one in line?
The politicians.
Joseph Biden?
No, he's too old.
Yes. No, dude, that's perfect. Fucking he turns into a zombie, you just cap his ass.
Yeah, you're right. Probably I'd give it to all the people on Parler first. But those are the people who will never take it. Jackie, what's your point? Good point, Kev.
Well, earlier this week, I was talking to a neighbor, and she was telling me, because I hadn't seen her in a while, and she said, I was really glad I bumped into you because I'm having some issues with a neighbor. And she basically lives across the street from us. We like share a parking lot. And basically just like people, don't be douchebags. Just be a good neighbor. You know, if
How
somebody,
so? What happened?
so she works from home. So when she moved in, she's been here a year now. And she said she moved in, she works from home, and the downstairs, the people who live directly beneath her, their dog is like in a crate all day, and it's literally howling, barking its head off, and it's really distracting to her. It's like literally, it's upsetting her dog to the point where he's hiding because he doesn't know what to do because he can hear a dog in distress. And so she just like left them a note like, hey, just so you know, like your dog is like barking all day and it's really loud and distracting, yada, yada, yada. You know, like nothing like threatening, just like a friendly letter. We've done that. We've left a note for our neighbor like, hey, just so you know, your girlford's dog is barking her head off up there.
Yeah, because they don't know that's happening.
They don't know what's happening. They're not home.
Have a camera in there.
Right. They're not home. Yeah. So shortly after that, they started slamming doors and just being really aggressive towards her. Like they can hear her come down her stairs. So she says as soon as she opens her door, she sees him peeking out of his door. And to the point now, she bought mace, and she's got like her cell phone connected at all times. So if she needs to dial like 911, like if he ever does anything or approaches her, she can call 911 quickly and get him on the phone without fumbling, you know? So, but she said every single time he sees her coming back from walking her dog, hears her coming down the stairs, he's always opening his door.
His front door.
And she says she always just like immediately starts reaching for her mace, and he quickly shuts his door. But they're slamming their doors so much that things are falling off of her walls. It's breaking valuable things of hers. That
I don't mean to laugh, but that's kind of funny.
But she's had to file an insurance claim because he broke something very valuable, and she only got half of what it was worth from insurance.
Dude, I'd be so fucking mad. I get mad when Jackie talks to me about it.
Her work, she was on the phone with work doing a review, and they were like, what is going on over there? This has been happening for 10 minutes. And she's like, it's my neighbors. And she thinks another neighbor must have called and complained about the dog barking, and they just assumed it was her. So then it ramped back up again.
Got worse, yeah.
So just like it like comes and goes. She's like, I just think something might mentally be wrong with them with the way that they're behaving, because they just can't like let it go. And it's like there's times where they're literally gone all day and they get home at like 11 o'clock at night. Could you imagine having your dog crated for that long?
Potatoes in the tailpipe.
Something.
Serious.
My point is just
so serious.
right, but it's like if somebody goes out of their way to like. So I actually told her, I'm like, listen, if it's escalating to this point, I texted her. I said, let me give you my number so you have it. We live right across the street. If you need anything, just let us know. And I ended up Googling. I was like, here's the township's non-emergency police line. Call them and just start reporting it. You know, so that you have it documented. Because, we've learned just from work alone, when people don't document things, you lose court cases. So
right.
I said, just start documenting it. And just say, I don't know their mental state, but here's what's happening. And just report it when it happens.
Yeah.
You know, and tell them, like, I don't want any officers to come out. I will dial 911. But, you know, why can't people just stop being douchebags and just be good, friendly neighbors?
I think it's so important to have that non-emergency number anyway. Like, I think everybody should know what the non-emergency number is for their township. You know, like just in case you have something that you need to contact the cops about. But It's non-emergency. You don't need 4 cop cars out front of your house. You don't need,
Right.
all that
And in
shit.
certain instances, people who just want to call like 911 to bitch and complain, it's like, well, why don't you just call the non-emergency line? 'Cause
Right.
This is not an emergency.
Right.
So not an emergency.
But like I having bad neighbors really sucks. And when we moved in here to our new place, that's obviously that was a big fear of mine. It's just like, well,
Because we got
hopefully
really
have great
lucky at our
neighbors.
last place.
Yeah,
we were
we
like,
did.
what are the odds we could get lucky again? It's really good, by the way.
And
We
dude-
don't have any issues with our neighbors.
Yeah, but
What's our neighbors? Our neighbor,
Taylor.
yeah, Kev. What?
but you were the bad neighbor.
I've been a bad neighbor. But you tell me where I was a bad neighbor because
3,300.
Oh yeah. Big time.
Terrible neighbor.
Yeah,
Like a
terrible
bad neighbor.
I was a terrible
State
neighbor.
Farm was there.
I was. Thank you, Nate.
Taylor probably lives there.
I was a terrible neighbor at 3,300. I was a terrible neighbor in your basement. I was a terrible neighbor in Coatesville.
Dude, we had some pretty terrible neighbors when you were living in the basement.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they let their they let their fucking dogs sit out all day long in the front yard and bark at fucking 7 o'clock in the morning. Their little kid, 2 years old, ran out in the street on Prospect Ave and got hit by a car.
I remember that. I do. Yeah, I remember that.
Dude,
that.
they
were wild.
And you weren't parents
They
yet
let-
either, Kev, right?
What?
You weren't.
No.
You guys didn't have any kids at the time.
No.
So, but now that you have parents, you're like, I could see how a child could escape. Or are you just like, no, they're bad parents?
No, they're bad parents.
Okay,
They
I was
were-
like, I was curious if you judge them just as hard now that you're parents.
We called the township on them multiple times because, dude, it was at least up to my waist that their grass grew up to my waist.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, it was bad.
It was really bad. Yeah. You could just like see mice and shit running out of their yard into yours.
Dude, it was bad.
Yikes!
And
No
snakes and
thanks.
shit, dude. It was wild.
No thanks.
But yeah, bad neighbors are tough. And I want to give a shout out to our neighbors who probably aren't listening.
Yeah.
But the other night I ran out to go get some dinner for us. And when I came back, my neighbors were outside talking to another one of our neighbors. And I just kind of scooted right past them. I just said hi and just real quick, and everybody have a great weekend. And it turns out that they dropped off a customary dessert of theirs.
Yeah.
And what's the name of the holiday?
Okay, so I believe it's pronounced Diwali. It's like Diwali.
Diwali, yeah, there's an Office episode named at that. Named
You're
that.
right,
it?
there is. Yeah, you're right,
Okay.
there is.
So,
But they basically give out
it's
desserts.
customary to
and-
give out desserts to your friends, family, and neighbors as like an offering. So I was trying to do some research. I was like, what is this dessert called? I don't know what religion or anything this is following. I don't know the name of the holiday. Like I literally
Right.
did so much research.
It's an Indian
last
holiday.
night.
Correct.
Yes, but I was trying to do some research because now we're like, should we give them something in return? To help them celebrate their
Right.
holiday. So
Because I just thought it was really cool that they included us in
Yeah.
it and like thought of because they gave a dessert to all of the neighbors
like
in our building.
Yeah, like
Right.
our grouping of 4 doors.
Yeah. So I just thought that was really cool.
But so I was talking with my brother at work today, and he's like, I have a family on my hockey team. Let me ask them. Like I think they celebrate these holidays, So and then I said, whatever they answer you, can you just copy and paste it to me? So basically, they're like, you are not obligated to give a gift back, but if you do, tea lights or tea light holders are a really great gift to give because it's part of the tradition, like welcoming and light.
Yeah, they have candles outside their door right now.
Did
at
you
night.
give tea light holders?
Not yet, but
Not
we,
yet.
we were planning.
I just
on
got
doing
that
it, yeah.
answer today, and the holiday is tomorrow. So I'm gonna try to go out. I think tomorrow morning
Yeah.
and see what I can find.
Oh, you're such a good neighbor.
We thought it was really dope that they included us. I mean, I guess
Was it a
it's like
delicious dessert?
we
Haven't
actually
tried it yet.
haven't tried it yet. We plan on it though. Well,
You guys
I
are
plan on
terrible neighbors.
Jackie
He
trying
plans
it.
on watching me eat it.
Jackie's gonna try it first. Just see.
They gave us
such
they,
a pussy.
they gave us 3 or 4 of them. Well, so she says the best way to eat it is it's these little balls. I don't.
Doesn't
really
look like
remember.
anything I've ever had, Kev. So I just want to be sure. Not that I think it's gonna be like
The dessert is in a little ball and it's sitting in
Armful.
like a sugar syrup,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
That sounds delicious.
so
This
they
is
said-
chocolate.
No,
No.
it's not. It's all clear. Everything's clear.
it's not.
It's white.
It's like cream color. I think it's made with like milk and maybe eggs or in it. I
Kev,
can't
there's no
remember.
way by looking at it that you would just be like, I can't wait to eat that.
Yo,
I know
Hold on,
you.
I'm
hold on,
all
hold
over
on.
it.
No, you're not. I guarantee you're not. I guarantee
Jackie,
you're not.
please go get this
She
thing
is
because
right
I'll
now.
tell you if I'll eat it.
No, you would not. You would not just be like, oh yeah, no. Let me just do that. Here it is, Kev. Look at 'em.
That's all they gave you?
They gave us
There's
three.
three of them.
That's stingy.
No, it's not. Dude, look at this. I don't know what this is.
They
All right,
asked us.
Jackie, eat it now. You got to do a live taste test on the air. Come on.
She's eating a cough drop, Kev. It's not a very good representation of what it is.
Yeah, I feel like I gotta let this settle.
What's it
Doesn't
smell like?
Smells like nothing.
I smell nothing.
All right, Taylor, you weren't eating a cough drop. Come on, fucking bite into that shit. Don't be a pussy.
Nope. So my point this week.
You're such a bitch.
My point this week is that there is it's officially the next generation in gaming. Both the Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 are out now.
Yes.
Jackie's eating it. How
It's
is-
weird.
is
But
it
I don't
weird?
know. I'm like, is it the cough drop? It's a weird consistency.
Is it?
Yo, eat it, you pussy.
I don't think I
Eat
like it. I don't like it at all. Oh, Kev.
Kev, you fucked the whole show up.
Kev, you'll hate this.
You would hate this.
Come on. Come on.
She's passing it around.
Come on. There's
Kev,
three in here.
when are you planning on getting a PS5?
March.
You can each have
You're
one.
getting one in March?
Yeah. I figured that would be a good waiting time to let everything settle down. From what I hear, you tell me, I don't know how much research you've done on this, but from what I hear, you'll be able to play PlayStation 1 games, PlayStation 2 games, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5 games.
That's correct.
All on this one device.
That's correct.
I am going to kick your ass in Tiger Woods 2002.
Oh my God, dude! You'd have to find it first. Do you still own it?
I have it.
Oh my God, for real? Oh,
Dude, I've been sitting
wow.
on it for years. Amy, dude, every time we come across it, Amy's like, I'm going to throw this away. No, you're not. Dude, I've held on to that game for how many years now?
Dude, I'm surprised. I'm surprised you haven't sold it on eBay yet.
No, fuck that, dude. I love the kitchen sink. Come on,
The
brother.
kitchen sink.
Like
Seti Bear.
Seti Bear and Super Tiger.
Wow.
Dude, I fucking medicine the ball. Shit. Oh, dude. I'm so fucking excited.
Yo, and like it won't be like an upgraded graphics for it, but it'll probably run smoother, like more
yeah,
frames per
dude.
second.
No doubt.
Because like I've seen people, they've got. Well, I read that PlayStation, for one, is going to continue making PlayStation 4 games for 2 to 3 years because it's compatible with the PlayStation 5. So like,
I don't understand the point of that.
well, it's to keep, they realize that it's been a tough year for a lot of people. So the fact that they're not going to be able to get the amount of people on the PlayStation 5 that they want right now, these systems are like. I'm looking at it right now. You can get an Xbox Series X for $925 here. What's
You get a PlayStation 5 for $550.
Yeah. Well, not right now. It's like sold out pretty much everywhere.
I know. I was talking to my brother-in-law about it. He was like, dude, you need to find a store that has them and just buy them all to flip them on eBay.
Yeah. Yeah. People are buying them
Don't
for like
be that guy.
They're buying them for over $1,000 on eBay. Yeah.
Don't be that guy. What? The guy that makes money?
No, because you hear about the people who know about the hot ticket Christmas items. So they
Yeah.
buy them all up from the store, and then they turn around and they sell them online for way above market price, and people will buy it because their kids are so desperate for it. And now you're literally just spending more money than you should to make your kid happy for Christmas.
You
And
know
that's
what I call
bullshit.
that? You know what I call that?
Capitalism.
Smart.
No, it's not. No, that's dickhead move.
No,
It might
yeah,
seem
dude.
smart, but you're literally ripping off so many other people. How do you sleep at night?
Because I was smarter than you to go out and buy that. I'm going to make $1 off you. Fuck you.
$1? It's more than $1, Kev. Come on.
No.
Come on.
$500.
I hope you get ripped off this holiday season. I want nothing more.
But you're decided though, Kev. You're going to go out and get one in March.
Yeah. Wait for it to calm down. Wait for the holiday season to pass. Wait for, hopefully
work out
there'll
any
be a
bugs
deal
there
by
might
then.
be. Right?
Yeah, it'll give them a chance to work out some bugs and stuff. I was probably gonna wait like a year or so.
I'm not waiting a year, but
Yeah.
March.
Yeah. That's good.
Wait a couple months. and
His
then I'll go out and
PS4
get
is
it.
only 5 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
like
fucking
4
half
years.
a decade.
I've
4
been
years old.
I've been seeing like people posting about like how when you get the PS5, you're definitely going to want to use an Ethernet cord to transfer your games over into it, because if you do it through Wi-Fi, it takes forever.
Is it really?
Yeah, so like I heard that like if you do it through the Ethernet cable, it cuts the time down like drastically. So
You mean all the downloaded games?
yeah, like if you
Okay.
have games stored on your hard drive on the PS4 and want to transfer it over to the PS5, you're going to want to hook a LAN cable up to it and run it that way.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm not.
like we used to do playing Halo and shit. You know
Right.
what I'm
So
saying?
with these gaming consoles, actually, your PS4 is 4 years old, not 5, but
Almost half a decade.
yeah. So, but like, so you get PlayStation 5. What do you do with your PlayStation 4?
Trade that shit in.
Yeah, pretty much. You just
Can you?
yeah, you can. Or like we
But who can you sell it back?
GameStop.
Okay.
GameStop for $5 and a
Nah, they'll give you $150.
for real?
Yeah, probably. I remember when
not bad.
I traded in.
Let's go get a PlayStation 5.
No,
I
no.
I traded in to get the PlayStation 4. I traded in an Xbox 360 and a PlayStation 3, and I wound up paying like $20 out of pocket to get the PlayStation 5.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, you mean the PlayStation 4?
That's what I meant. Yeah. Yep.
So you're gonna trade in your you have a PS4 now, right?
Yeah, I have a PS4 now.
So you'll trade that in to put towards a PS5.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
Mike
maybe
Mix.
buy the PlayStation 5 outright and then trade the system in to get games or something would probably be.
Or buy it outright and then just sell the fucking PlayStation 4 on eBay.
You
Boom.
would.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they're going for on eBay right now, but they'd probably you'd probably get
Go ahead.
you'd probably get more than GameStop would give you.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna run that fucking PlayStation VR on the PlayStation 5. It's gonna be nuts.
Yeah, I hear the PlayStation VR on the PS5 is very cool. I've seen some like game footage from the new Spider-Man game they put out. It looks awesome. Like the frame rate is great. Like the details really nice. The new Assassin's Creed looks really good on there. The Xbox looks good too. I know that this past week there was like conspiracy videos floating around of like Xbox new systems like smoking and stuff, but it was uncovered that people were just blowing their vapes on them to make it look like that. But yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I it's a new generation of gaming, and it's exciting stuff for people that are into that kind of thing. I'll probably wait a little while. I mean, my PlayStation's 4 years old. I still use it frequently,
Every day.
but I am looking forward to eventually getting a PlayStation 5. By that time, there's going to be a ton of games out for it that are made specifically for it. I think that's one of the things that I'm really waiting on, especially if Sony's going to, kind of hold off on producing or discontinuing PS4 games. A lot of these games are going to be made to run on that, and they're just going to look a lot better on PS5. That's really going to be the difference. But in a couple years, you'll start seeing a lot more games made specifically to run on that hardware and be like miraculous games. So, but I do think that the backwards compatibility is really, really cool for the PlayStation. So that's what I'm going to go with. If I were to, if I was going to pick between that and an Xbox, I'd go with PlayStation
All day.
for that reason alone. Late
And
review
that's just
time.
gonna make. Yeah. Go ahead.
I know it's a little late, but
You're just hearing about this?
Can't believe I'm just hearing.
Why didn't I know about this sooner?
Try again.
My late review this week. So recently on Netflix, they added the Chappelle Show. And
Chappelle Show.
so Jackie and I, whenever we're just like, now when we're just like, what do you want to watch? Like, you know,
Chappelle Show.
what are we going to put on? It's like, oh, Chappelle Show is the new, like, easy. That's the new easy recommendation. It's like, I can't
We're
think of
laughing
anything.
just as hard.
Just put on Chappelle Show.
I'm laughing just as hard as when I first saw the skits. You know.
It's great to like rewatch them because they're still so funny.
Yeah.
Like it's still so good. And like we just finished the second season today and the season finale. The last episode that Chappelle was on was the Black Bush episode where he's the first black president. And dude, that's like the funniest skit in my opinion. That's my favorite one. Where like, you know, they got the yellow cake. You better hope I don't drop the shit. Pray to God he don't drop
It's
that
like
shit.
literally yellow cake.
Me and Jeb just came back from Africa. It's the cradle of fucking civilization. I lose it every time. And like there's
I need
so
the
many
oil. I mean, ooh.
motherfucker trying to kill my father. I lose it every time. And like there's so many skits like that. The Wayne Brady skit, like I always
Wayne Brady gonna have to choke
I
a
forget about the Wayne Brady skit until you watch it and you're just like, oh my God, this is the greatest thing ever. Because like the second you see Wayne Brady come out, like he comes out, he's hosting the show.
Hosting the show. Yeah.
Like he's pretending like he took over the show or from Dave Chappelle. And like the second you see him come out, you're just like, oh my God, it's that episode. And like how he shoots the fucking guy outside the club and shit.
Yeah.
Shit is funny.
Dude, there's so many just incredible skits. And I've listened to a couple podcasts that had featured Neil Brennan as a guest. And he's the co-creator of Chappelle Show. And just like hearing some of like the stories from making that show and just real comedic genius that Dave Chappelle is. And like I love his stand-ups and I'm glad he's still doing all that and his Netflix deal is great, but man, I wish he was still making the Chappelle Show. Like,
well, and it's so crazy too because he's in every single episode as some character in a skit. And you know, when you first watch a show, you're just like, well, this guy's in a lot of skits, but I don't even think it registered with me. And then to find out, I didn't find out until like I swear this year that he's a co-creator. And then you go back.
Neil Brennan?
Yeah, and you go back and you're like, oh my God, he's that really skinny white guy whose head explodes.
In the Clayton Bigsby
Yeah.
That's my favorite skit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and that's the first episode.
When he
really?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the
Isn't
first
it funny?
episode.
I forgot it was the very first episode
Yeah.
too, but it is.
That's how he ended the first episode. The series premiere
Yeah,
was
the series
was-
premiere, he
the
was
end of
Clayton
it was
Bigsby.
Clayton Bigsby, and it's like one of the greatest comedy skits of all time. The blind black white supremacist, like
Yeah.
that's incredible, and the fact that was
he's
on
the
TV.
only one that can do that.
Kev, do you remember? Like we were in like what
High school. It was our
ninth
senior
grade?
year.
Was it senior year?
Mhm.
We
I know
No,
one
you're
of the
right.
seasons
It
was
was-
senior year.
yeah.
It was like
one of the seasons was
2002 and
senior year.
2003, I think, were
Yeah.
the first two seasons.
So like I remember like it came on Wednesday nights, I think.
I thought it was Thursday.
Something like that. But we'd come into school the next day and everybody would have the new catchphrase. I'm Rick James, bitch. Like
Or-
the five, yeah. Like yo, and the one where he's playing Little John and he's talking to Little John on the phone. Do you remember that? Like he's Dave Chappelle is being Little John and he's on the phone with Little John and they're just going back and forth like just what. Like, dude, it's like it's so good. 10 out of 10 instant classic. It has to be. It has to. Like, it's
Yes.
better. Like in 2.5 seasons, Dave Chappelle and the Chappelle Show is, in my opinion, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, sketch comedy series of all time. I mean, obviously, SNL is kind of in a league of its own because it's been around for 80 years. But like, Dave Chappelle is an absolute genius.
And according to Wikipedia, it premiered January 22nd, 2003, which would have been a Wednesday.
Okay, so yeah, it was Wednesday.
But that's
nights.
not to say it didn't change nights.
No,
Like,
I don't
that
think it
happens
did
with a
because
lot
I
of
remember
TV
it was in
shows.
like the middle of the week. I just couldn't remember if it was like
Chappelle Show.
if it leaned towards the beginning or the middle. Whatever. 10 out of 10 instant classic. Jackie, what are you reviewing?
We watched a thing on
It's on Amazon.
Amazon Video called "What the Constitution Means to Me." This is woman Heidi. She's in her 40s, and when she was 15, she used to go and do debates and discussions on the U.S. Constitution for money, and she'd win. And she said she took all that money and she literally was able to pay for college. That's how much she won.
Yeah. Wow.
But what's crazy, and it's very like, I really think that this is something that more or less speaks to the women.
Yeah.
Like I was getting emotional at times because you really don't realize how much women today take for granted. And not everybody, I'm sure, does, but when you think about all the rights that women had to fight for just to be able to vote and to have any say into what they can do with their bodies, to even to be able to get a credit card without their husband's permission.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really insane. And she talks about very personal stories that happened within her family. And, she ends up debating this really smart little girl. I say little girl, but she's what, 14?
I think she might have been a little older, maybe 16, maybe.
She looks really young.
Yeah, she does look young.
There's two, and it was a Broadway play at one point,
Yeah.
and there's two different girls that come out to have this debate with her, and what they basically debate is should the U.S. Constitution be abolished or remain as is and just continue making amendments.
Right.
And it's really interesting because they literally decide on the fly what side they're going to choose. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they flip a coin, and that whoever wins the coin toss decides if they're for or against, right? And then they literally have 90 seconds to prepare a debate. And then the crowd gets involved in picking. One person picks the answer.
Yeah. So, like at the end of this debate that they have about whether or not they should abolish the U.S. Constitution or keep it, which both of them made extremely amazing points, they asked the one person in the audience to decide on who won the debate. And they ask the audience at the end of every show that they do.
Yep.
So this what she's talking about, what the Constitution means to me, is like a play, for lack of a better term.
Right. It's a
like
play, but it's
a
a very-
presentation. It's a
Yeah.
presentation in front of a live audience, and it's really good. The woman Heidi is very passionate about what she's saying.
Yeah.
It's
got some humor in it.
It's got
as
some
well.
humor. It's got some really cool insight. It's pretty educational as far as the Constitution is concerned.
Yeah.
Like women are mentioned 0 times in it, which I thought was very interesting. At least like the first version of it. And just there's so much to it, and that it was really, really good. I think Amy would really like it too.
I think most women
most
should watch it. And men should watch it too, because you really understand kind of sometimes where women are coming from. Like women couldn't even stop their husbands from beating them.
Yeah, that part of it was really crazy.
Like police literally in 2005, like the state, whatever state that was. I'm blanking on what state.
Yeah.
Some woman, her husband kidnapped their kids and went and bought a gun and murdered them. And she called the police to report it and had a protective, what is it called? Protective what? Against her husband. Like a protection order, meaning he couldn't come near him. And the police failed
restraining order.
the police failed to respond. She originally won the case because she sued. Then the state appealed it, and then she lost because they said it was all over the world. Word shall, like the police shall, go and protect your family or whatever. Like she literally lost because of one freaking word, and her kids were murdered, and there was nothing she could do.
What would you rate it?
A 10, instant. It's very eye-opening when you realize the fucking bullshit that this country sometimes was built on.
Yeah.
We still have a very long way to go.
We have
too.
a long way to go. Yeah, it's really interesting stuff. We watched it twice this week.
Yes. I wanted to watch it. I knew I was going to watch it at least one more time because I wanted to review it. So it's like I wanted to watch it at least twice.
I saw the trailer for it on Amazon Prime, and I was like, "That looks really good." And we just saved it for later, and later
we
ended
finally
up
decided to watch it.
It was really good. I'm glad we watched it.
I got emotional. It was good.
Kev, what are you reviewing?
The Queen's Gambit.
The new Netflix series. Great job, by the way, Jackie. You did a fantastic job. Kev, The Queen's Gambit. Tell me about it.
We watched the first 2 episodes.
Okay.
It's a movie about a little girl.
How many episodes are there? Is there
like
10?
6 or something?
6
A bunch.
It's like a mini series or something.
Okay. All right.
So it's about a little girl that gets parents die, and she goes to an adoption house, and she becomes really good at chess.
Okay.
And it's kind of reminds me of the Finding Bobby Fischer documentary, or not documentary, but movie about just playing chess and being really good at it and kicking people's ass. She's a fucking gangster in the first fucking 2 minutes of it.
Really?
It's actually the female from Split.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's a really weird role, but really good so far. And if I had to rate the first 2 episodes, I'd probably give it like a 7.5, 8.
Okay.
Definitely a good watch so far.
It's on our list.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be the next thing we dive into. So
you're gonna have to tell me what you rated.
I'll probably fucking hate it since you like it.
Okay. Well, that's a wrap, fellas.
Probably fucking hate it since you like it. Kev, you did pretty good this week. Jackie, fantastic job.
Thank you.
Again, happy birthday to my brother Nathan.
Nathan. Happy birthday to you.
We're sponsored by Eunomia CBD. Go to eunomiacbd.com. Use promo code MBN. 20% off free shipping and free shit. Also, make sure you go out there, get to mbnnetwork.com. It's never been easier for you to find your new favorite podcast. The website looks fantastic.
Good job, April.
The website looks fantastic. There's blogs coming soon. There's episode transcripts all on there already. Also, go to, when you're on the website, click on your favorite show. There's playlists dedicated to those shows. You can listen to just that show if that's something that you're into and you want to binge Might Be News, you want to binge Relatable Radio, go do it. It's never been easier for you to fucking do that shit. Also, make sure you check out the merch store we got at nbnnetwork.com. We've got a ton of cool hoodies just in time for snowflake season. We got the Safe Space hoodie. We got the FUQ. We got all this shit. Kev, peace out.
See ya.
Peace out, Jackie.
Bye.
Peace out, everybody. We'll see you guys next time.